I am Rajeshri Venkatramanan. Now I am reading 120 words. The difficult words outline is written above. You first study that outlines, then you can very easy to write my dictation. Okay. A little over 2 months ago, when I had the opportunity of speaking to you, I referred to the declaration by the National Development Council made in a moment of acute crisis in November that our country's plans of development were an integral part of national defense. The Council also stressed that the successful and speedy implementation of the plan with the necessary reorientation to meet the emergency had become all the more imperative. This came as a timely corrective to the impression which was being created that the exigencies of defense most necessarily lead to a substantial curtailment of developmental activity in the third 5-year plan. It has become increasingly clear that the expenditure on development in accordance with the plan is in no sense incompatible with the obligations for the defense of the country. On the other hand, the projects and programs which make the bulk of the third 5-year plan form an essential basis for successful defense effort of any kind. The uneasy ceasefire which has prevailed during the past 2 months has emphasized the true nature of the national emergency which confronts us. We can safeguard peace only when we have the strength to make aggression a costly and profitless adventure. The greater our economic and defense potential, the less will be the danger from across our borders. The bare truth is that our faith in our neighbor in the north has been shattered and it cannot soon be restored. India has sense forward to remain on account vigil and in a state of complete readiness for every eventuality. Therefore, there can be no slackening in the pursuit of the manifold activities which constitute the defense efforts of the country. The defense expenditure will have to be stepped up more and more. It should reach a level fairly soon, which may well be more than twice the normal peacetime scale. This is an absolute first priority. Can we then afford to maintain during the period of the emergency the outlays on development as envisaged in the third 5-year plan? Should not the plan to be pruned from the sake of defense? These questions are based on an enormous view of the nature of the defense requirements and the processes by which they can be fulfilled. If the emergency were to be thought of in terms of a brief duration, a matter of a few months, civil consumption might be drastically cut down and development could be temporarily slowed down with a view to diverting resources for defense. The emergency is, however, going to be with us for a long period during which the apparatus of defense will have to be expanded in a very large way. This involves naturally a corresponding expansion of the economy. Our approach will have to be in consonance with these realities. From now on, defense and development must be regarded as integral and fully related parts of the national economic plan. Furthermore, we expect that the emergency will help to hasten the process of social change in the country and take us nearer our objective of creating a society in which social justice and equality will be realized for the mass of the people of the country in increasing measures. Since the onset of the emergency, a series of measures have been taken to meet the new situation to prepare for contingencies. Let me mention a few of these by way of illustration. The steel industry has been geared up to increased production, especially of categories of steel required for defense. Production in steel plants has been stepped up, and the rolling programs of the main producers have been modified to meet defense needs. Agriculture is the base equally for rapid economic development and for defense. May I at the outset express with deep sincerity my sense of obligation to the members of the court for electing me to this high office of the Chancellor of the University. I appreciate the distinction of being your first elected Chancellor under the provision of the New Delhi University Act.